Hey there, Bruins fans! Welcome back to BNG Hockey, where it's always black and gold. It's been reported by numerous sources that the Bruins have interest in a free agent forward. That free agent forward? Justin Williams. Let's talk about it. Gonna start things off here like I always do when I talk about a player, with the stats. He has played 1,244 NHL games, and in those games he has scored 786 points. Last season as the captain of the Hurricanes, he played all 82 games, putting up 53 points, 23 goals. That's pretty solid from a guy who is now 38 years old. So now that we know the stats, let's talk about why the Bruins might want to bring this guy in. He is getting up there in age, but showed last season that he could still be really effective. He was a pretty significant factor in them going deep in the playoffs as well. So I can understand that point from a leadership standpoint and from a production standpoint. It shouldn't really matter how old he is if he's still putting up numbers. This team could use another 20 goals, that's for sure. Even if he puts up 15 goals, if you just slot him on the third line and put him on the second power play, I think he could still do well. And his nickname is Mr. Game 7. He can really ramp it up. That's part of his game. When it's a big situation or a clutch time, that's when he's at his best. So it never hurts to have a player like that in your lineup. So we've talked about why the Bruins might want him, but let's talk about why he might want us. He lives in Carolina. He's been practicing with Carolina. He was their captain last season. Really loved being their captain, by the way. Was really embracing the bunch of jerks and the storm surge, and he really wanted to win with that group. So I would put it at a 90% chance that he stays in Carolina where his family is, with the guys he knows, and tries to take another run at it. But this guy was pretty much done with playing hockey, so if he's going to come out of retirement like this, it's to win a Stanley Cup. Make no mistake about that. It would be nice to win it with Carolina and win it with his friends and stay with his family, but at the end of the day, the goal is to win a Stanley Cup. And even though Carolina's had a pretty good season, he might take a look at Boston and say, they have a better chance. Another team interested is the Toronto Maple Leafs. He might look at the Maple Leafs and think they have a better chance. So I'm starting to think that even though Justin Williams would love to go back to Carolina, he's got to focus on where can I go to win a Stanley Cup. And he could go to Boston for a couple months, win the cup, then go back and live in Carolina if he loves it so much. I think that's a real possibility. It's not about the money. He would probably make the league minimum of the $700,000, similar to like we just saw with Ilya Kovalchuk in Montreal. So it's not going to be a bidding war kind of thing. It's really just where he wants to go and who wants to sign him kind of deal. So it's interesting to see the Bruins throw their name in there. I still think the Bruins would need to make a trade even if they bring in Justin Williams. I think this would just be an additional piece added on. I think that there's a lot of great leadership here in Boston that would really draw him here. And we're going to pick it up and get competitive. And if we pick up another player along with Justin Williams, suddenly this roster looks even stronger. So I definitely think he will consider coming here. So I want to know your thoughts. Do you want Justin Williams? Should we stay away? How do you feel about giving him a chance and maybe he comes in and scores 20 goals? That could be a really big addition, and you don't even have to give up assets for it. Leave your thoughts down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big like, and if you haven't already, subscribe.